Yep,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Let's do this. Everybody, hello and welcome to the Bad Gaming Podcast, Day 2 of our 2012 Game of the Year proceedings. We'll be handling the rest of our special categories in this part, and then we'll be moving on to our actual decision for Game of the Year and the enormous process and undertaking that will be. Again, to my left today is Alex Lena.
Yep.
To his left is Dave Marshall.
Yeah, I'm back.
To his left is Zachariah Bizan.
Glad to be back.
To his left is his brother Derek Bizan.
Woots.
And again, to his left, my right, Isaiah Standridge.
Round 2.
Exactly. And again, I am Brock Morgan. Okay, we're going to get things started today right off the bat with Best New Main Character from a game in 2012. This, of course, is a character that couldn't have existed in a game before, at least in theory, before they were put into a game in 2012. So this is essentially our chance to honor new characters from new franchises, new IPs, just new games in general. So, again, we've already got a list of nominees, and they are Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, Dan Marshall from Binary Domain, Shulk, the main character of Xenoblade Chronicles, Zale, the lead character of The Last Story, Sigma from Virtue's Last Reward, Dust from Dust and Elysian Tale, Asura of Asura's Wrath, Connor from Assassin's Creed 3, and Asbel from Tales of Grace's F. Alright. So, best new main character.
It's promising for Asbel.
Oh, yeah.
Even the person who nominated him didn't bring it.
I think Connor's the weakest here.
Oh, no, that's never mind. I'm thinking of Journey. Sorry. I'm like, that's really not a character.
Wow.
Sure.
Really?
This is how long of a night I've had. Okay.
Alright. So, is anybody opposed to getting rid of Connor?
Nope.
Yes.
Really?
You're opposed?
Oh, no.
Off to a good start here.
Yeah.
A little shaky.
I'm not sure if I nominated Shulk or not. I don't think I did. But
I don't think I
yeah,
would
we can
have.
get rid of Shulk
Oh, yeah.
if there's no one else opposed.
Shulk's gone.
Because I like Zale more than Shulk.
Okay.
You see the Joker?
No. Your enemies are a bunch of jokers.
He's the one that sells it right there.
No,
No,
that's
that's
wrong.
wrong.
It's wrong
Wrong
time.
time. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Alright. So, Lee Everett, Dan Marshall, Zale, Sigma, Dust, Asura, and Asbel on the list.
Marshall. Where's that? Where's he from?
Dan Marshall, Binary Domain.
Oh, yeah.
Lead character of Binary
I
Domain.
forgot. It's not Dave Marshall.
He won our half-year award for Best New Main Character.
You know why?
Is he a
Because
kid?
he's
Because
witty.
his name is close to Dave
Two
Marshall.
letters.
2 letters away?
2 letters.
There are more reasons than that, but that's a good one. I like that.
No more reasons for me.
That's fair enough. I'd say strike Sigma from the
Yeah, as
list.
much as I like Sigma, I don't think it's going to be top 3 here.
Nah. I would agree.
Me too.
Strike Asbel.
No, Zale has no
Even though
backbone.
he's a interesting character. But he's pretty plain, so he's not really any different from any other JRPGs.
Okay.
Zale is not a strong protagonist. Because he's not a strong person.
But he doesn't have to be strong to be the best main character. But I also don't think he's going to be your top 3.
He's so weak. It's just... I don't think I would have even nominated him, actually.
Because this list was so sparse, we need to buff it out some.
That's true.
Not exactly a thriving list.
Yeah, let's get rid of Zale.
Okay.
I guess. Oh, yeah, buff it out.
Okay. He seemed better than what you guys are saying to me, but then
Dust.
again, I'm only an hour and a half into the game, so...
Yeah, he's pretty good. But I don't think he's as good as Sigma.
I think, yeah, at the very least, pretty much every other character has outshone him so far. Which is good for our next category, but we'll get there later.
I'll go ahead and make a case for Dust. He's a tricky one. There's a big twist about halfway through that game when you finally find out the nature of that character because he has amnesia, and they make that work really well within the game. But I know a lot of people thought it was really awesome. I wasn't as a fan of it, I guess. There was it requires a pretty large suspension of disbelief. He's actually two people inside of one. You find out that he is the assassin who he looks like. He needed his fighting skills, but he has more of the soul of the guy he killed, which you find out is one of the other character's brothers. And there's that internal struggle between light and dark inside of him, good and evil, and good is, I guess, what wins out in the end.
Spoilers.
It always wins.
Intense.
That's why
character.
Dust is at least an interesting character. Other than that, he's very well voice acted, and there's some good writing in there to give him a lot of character and personality. I know Dave and Zach played some Dust. I don't know how they're feeling about him.
I didn't get that far.
About an hour, so I have no idea his backstory.
Yeah, that takes a good one.
But I had a hunch.
All right.
Not that hunch. I was wrong. My hunches are wrong. Two people in one. Nope.
My question is Dan Marshall looking again like our winner? No.
I don't think so.
No.
I'm ready to.
I think it's Lee Everett.
I think I disagree, but okay.
Who would
It's-
win in a fight? Azura?
Asura would win in a fight.
Probably.
Asura win. No.
Asura is a great character. He's very passionate about what he does. He always has his wrath. He's always angry. However, that's
He's
pretty much it. He's really one-faced.
It's like Wolverine.
But he does so many awesome things.
That he does.
He's one-faced but a billion-armed.
Yeah.
I think he's the weakest.
As a character, yeah, probably.
Get rid of Asura.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Can we get
Number 3.
Rage machine.
Yep.
That's all he does.
So Dave,
awesome.
why Lee Everett? As our winner here.
Wiley Everett.
My question exactly.
You're his character, right?
Yeah, and we've like in the history of these awards, we've always
You
counted
create-
against the blank slate character. And while Lee Everett's a bit less of a blank slate than most of what he's doing is completely dependent on player choice. Like, it is impressive that they have, that he can do so many things based on your choice, but it's also hard calling him a character that was developed by something like when everybody has a different impression of that character. It's hard to call him definitively the best new main character. It's the same reason calling Shepard the best new main character in Mass Effect was rough. It's exactly the same
He's a
reason.
personalized character to you.
I know, but this, it's also, but then some person's interpretation of his character isn't going to be as good as another person's interpretation of his character.
I remember.
That's something we've always had to fight against. That's what we've always had to consider during this
True.
process.
Definitely. And I remember Brock saying something about Lee Everett's character and how he's going to play him as like the backstory before, because he killed someone.
Yeah.
He was going to jail, and so the game starts in the back of a police car. So Brock's like, I'm going to play this guy like a criminal because he's a criminal. And so he does have a much more established backstory than most other those blank slate characters. I think they do a pretty strong job of establishing him.
And also, no
I-
matter what you choose, the character progression is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The character progression's also not very deep. It's guy takes care of child, guy, something happens to guy to prevent him from further taking care of child.
Hands child off.
That's it.
Child relay.
I like Lee Everett. I definitely think he's top 3, but I have a hard time saying he's definitively the best new main character of the year. The problem is no other character is as much of a standout.
Yeah, I think he's stronger than
It's
He grows so much because he starts
Does
out.
he?
He starts out in the back of a cop car, and then he becomes this father figure and a leader in a world that's absolutely destroyed.
He definitely seems somewhat justified in his.
he.
Well, yeah, but
If murder's ever justifiable.
still.
It's.
It is.
He was also a professor before.
That's
He's
true.
used to that's always been in his character. That's not exactly something out of character for him. The fact that he can do it in such extreme circumstances is perhaps impressive. Well, it's definitely impressive, but it's not as though he gains this ability all of a sudden through some intense character development. He kind of is that character. I wanted to provide a counterpoint at least. I don't mind if Lee Everett wins, but I just wanted to make sure we talked it out.
I want to know why you guys thought Connor was such a weak character from Assassin's Creed 3.
He is a weak character. Like,
I get
why?
that. I want to know why.
He
I
has
think that.
almost no personality at all, which kind of is a part of his character. So that kind of plays into it, but especially when you start as Hatham in that game, and he is so, I suppose, inherently likable. And then you switch
Charismatic.
over to his son, he's bland as dirt.
Okay, yeah, I guess in comparison between the two, I can see that.
That definitely made it even accent how weak the character that he is.
Okay, fair enough.
What do the other three think?
I wanted to be a Templar, so I think
No, about top three.
Oh, the
We're-
top
we're
three.
still on best
I thought we
main
were talking about
character.
Connor here still.
No.
I don't know Dust. Well, yeah, I played the demo, but I don't know his character.
Are we? I guess at this point, are we all okay with Lee Everett winning
Okay, just leave it.
best new main character? All right.
Yes.
No objections.
Clementine loves
Clementine.
him. We all do.
All right.
That's
Lee
it.
Everett taking our award for best new main character of the year. Runners up: Dan Marshall from Binary Domain and Dust from Dust and Elysian Tale. Next we have best secondary character. We've got some preliminary work to do on this one before we start our final deliberations, but we'll get to it. Our nominees. This is the longest list of the day by a decently substantial margin. From Asura's Wrath, we have Yasha and August. From Mass Effect 3, we have Javik, Liara, and Tali. From Binary Domain, we have Faye and Big Bo. Now comes the longer list. Voss from Far Cry 3. Fi from Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. Clementine from The Walking Dead. Hatham from Assassin's Creed 3. Menendez from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time, Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage? Seren from The Last Story. Tiny Tina from Borderlands 2. Fidget from Dust and Elysian Tale. Richard from Tales of Grace's F. Labris from Persona 4 Arena. And The Prepper from Zombie U. I mentioned multiple characters from 3 different games. Our process dictates that we can only have one final nominee for a given game. So our first order of business will be deciding if we need to keep any of those, and if so, which ones we need to keep from which game.
Okay, so much.
So guys, are any of those 7 characters top 3 material? And if so, which ones do we keep?
Out of the repeats from games?
All these. Basically, yeah. Okay. So,
I think Javik is
definitely.
an
It's the
excellent
Javik.
character.
Yep.
And is one of the best parts of Mass Effect.
Are we keeping Javik over the other 2?
I would say so.
Yes.
Even though we've never done it best new secondary character, we haven't done it that way, but I think it's a smart that could be made, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
I would keep Javik.
Okay.
Okay. So Javik is our Mass Effect 3 candidate.
Yeah.
Does anybody from Asura's Wrath stand up to the top 3?
Not in my first
No.
top five.
No? No.
Not really, no.
Okay, they're both gone. And from Binary Domain.
Faye.
Faye was our nominee from Binary Domain at half year, and Faye, I think, made top 3 at half year. But,
She's not in my top 5 right now.
do we keep, I would imagine we keep Faye over Big Bo.
Yeah.
I don't like Big Bo.
You don't? What?
Oh man, he's a flip-floppity character. I
He
hate
is
Big Bo.
I made fun of him the whole time.
I did too.
Oh, no way!
Whenever I got the chance, I'm like, you idiot, or you stupid.
Hurry, what? Big Bo was awesome!
No.
Dude!
I'd make up for it by saying, I love you all the time to him.
I love you, Big Bo.
Alright. So, we've got that out of the way. Now we've got a list of Faye, Javik, Voss, Fi, Clementine, Hatham, Menendez, Lumpy Space Princess, Seren, Tiny Tina, Fidget, Richard Labris, and the Prepper.
Games are they from again?
I'm
Joking.
not saying it. So, let's go up the list. The Prepper.
Completely third person. They're easily third. Oh yeah.
You'd have
Probably
to
not.
Make a very
You don't
good
actually
argument.
get to see him except for the last 10 seconds, but man, he is extreme. But we can cut him off.
Okay. Labris.
I'm the only one that's really experienced the character arc that Miss President / Labyrinth experiences in Persona 4 Arena, you get to see her past, and there's a good moment in that game where you read for almost 2 hours straight just on her past. Pure story and character development. So she'd probably be in my top 5, but since I'm the only one who's seen that, I can let her go.
Okay.
She's not my number 1.
Richard from Tales of Grace is F.
Just going to make a little case for him.
Go for it.
Richard, very interesting secondary character. You start off meeting him as a young kid, very humble king or prince at the time.
He's a wimp.
He's a very much of a wimp, and he hates being helped. He hates being coddled, and Asbel becomes like his very first friend. And as time goes on, Richard becomes kind of possessed, and so it's kind of a unique kind of friendship there because
Possessed by
Asbel
what?
still loves him.
What's
Still,
he possessed by?
I've figured that out in the game. I've
Oh,
played about
okay.
35 hours into it,
Interesting.
and he's changed very gradually over the time. And so now he's trying to take over the world and
Whoa.
kill everyone.
Whoa.
So as well as so all these other characters are conflicted about finding their best friend
Okay.
for the past. So he's a very interesting
Cool.
character that way. But top 3, maybe. I'm not sure.
All right,
Say
we'll
hang
keep
on
him.
to.
Yeah, we'll keep him in for now. Fidget.
Dave? Zach?
I like Fidget a lot, but she doesn't really have much substance to her.
She's pretty awesome, has a lot of great lines, but she's not my top
A
5.
lot of comedy.
So Fidget's out.
Sure.
Okay.
Tiny Tina.
Tiny
Okay.
Tina.
Favorite character in Borderlands 2?
Definitely,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she's really fun.
but I don't think she is.
I wouldn't say she's top.
I
It's
don't
just
think
because
she
of
has-
Fidget as well.
I don't think she's enough big enough impact on the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's such a short role. Makes such a huge impression, but
yeah.
Okay.
I've only met her once. The whole campaign.
Serin.
First, let's get rid of Lumpy Space Princess,
Okay.
even though she, spoilers, is the final boss of that game.
Oh my god, why?
Because you get your garbage back from the Ice King, you fight him, it's like, okay, that's it. She goes over to the garbage, you find a clay ashtray that she made you in a craft class. She's like, oh my god, guys, why don't you throw this away? And so she gets real mad and takes off to space and is going to just destroy the whole world. But then the Rain of Corn shows up, and Lady, and you ride her. And this crazy J-pop song plays while you're doing this side-scrolling shooter boss fight against Lumpy Space Princess.
You're saying,
Why is
Derek,
this not Game of the Year?
why are you saying not to play this? This sounds awesome.
It sounds better than it is.
I just played Frog Fraction.
Well,
Yeah, you did.
played Frog Fraction.
Exactly. Why do you even think you need to play Adventure Time?
Anything.
Yeah. Game of the Year, Frog Fractions. Let's just get this out of the way.
You can die
Number
happy.
1,
Done.
done. Okay. All right. We've gotten rid of Lumpy Space Princess. Serin.
Dave smiles.
Serin is fun. I love Serin. She's the best character in that game.
Oh.
She's from the last story.
I do like it.
Lol's so funny. Lol made me laugh out loud at a video game. That doesn't always happen.
What's his name?
Lol.
I would almost put
Lol.
L-O-W.
We made him laugh out loud. Get it?
I would almost put Serin / Lowell here because they both share a similar arc throughout the game. I don't know if I really want to spoil the last story right now.
No.
That's the best
Yeah,
way I would do
But
it.
they both grow together, and it's really interesting. I just watched Zach play the start of it, and Lowell says something to Serin
Yep.
involving her not being a lady. So
Yep. That was what I was talking
it's,
about.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, that
There's
was
a lot there
fantastic.
in there for those characters. I'd say hang on to it for now.
Okay. Menendez.
He'd probably be my favorite antagonist of the year.
Dude, he's so twisted.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a good bad guy.
Even though he could be perceived as the good guy in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the rebel leader of the rebellion fighting against. You go to, I believe it's the Cayman Islands or something like that, and you just see this wealth, this absurd upper class stuff, and then you go to and play as Menendez, and he goes crazy with his knife, and he's like Nicaraguan ghettos. And you can understand why there's that class warfare there and what he's fighting for.
He's a twisted man.
That idea of social justice is, for me, it's that game mode. So.
Okay.
And him himself he's a really great character too.
Huge backstory.
Okay. We'll keep him around. Moving on, Hatham.
I might even like him more than Menendez.
Where's Hatham from?
Assassin's Creed 3.
Assassin's Creed 3.
He's the character you start the game as. So, Zach, you want to talk
Oh,
about him?
okay. I didn't know.
Hatham's a very noble man, led by a lot of tradition.
Well, yeah, I've seen the character in the beginning. I forgot his name.
Yeah, and he's such a cool guy
Grueling.
just to play as and just to learn more about him.
Yeah, right off the bat when he's fighting on the boat, he's so freaking cool.
But he's a dick.
He's a Templar. He is supposed to be.
Spoiler alert, he is a Templar.
You find out that...
Throughout the game, you think he is actually an assassin.
Yeah.
Yep.
The achievement is, how about them apples?
Such an awesome twist.
Yeah, how do you like them apples?
Oh,
I was playing it with someone who didn't know anything about Assassin's Creed, and I got to that, and I was freaking out there like, I don't get it. What just happened? It was really impactful. Surprise there.
Okay.
And you do play with him. You play with him as Connor, like as a team. It's really an intense relationship between those two.
he's way better than Menendez.
They both do.
All right. Moving on, I will just ask the question: is there any way Clementine isn't top 3?
No.
No. Good. Okay. We'll save that discussion for later. We'll move Clementine over to top 3.
She's
Exactly. 5.
How does that
Derek,
happen?
get him creepy.
I know.
The woman of mystery.
We're about to announce the results.
I don't really, like, out of all the characters, 5 was really the one that they leave out,
Yeah.
showing backstory.
Biggest
Yeah.
mystery.
Does this feel like?
Not too much.
That's all I was going for.
Wow, I figured that she'd be the one that'd really dive into it since she's so mysterious at the beginning.
She's
But
like
she's so mysterious.
She works as a companion to Sigma throughout most of the game, helping the two of them are trying to put together the mysteries. And I had a lot of fun with that game and jumping all around the fly.
Yeah, I hated 5 for 75% of the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated it.
Oh.
But that was good. I mean, it's good that it was interesting that it made me hate her. Absolutely despised her.
Which is very sarcastic.
If you
I
work the
forgot
other,
about that.
if you work the other way, you get a very different impression of that character. Would you agree? So not
Yeah.
exactly your best friend.
No,
Going the other
she
direction.
always yells at you.
Always
constantly.
yells at you, backstabs you at times. Like, it's nuts. So yeah, having a completely opposite idea of that character than Alex and Isaiah.
They do a good job endearing her to you.
Yeah. During that
one,
last
yeah.
the last few lines.
No, first.
Yeah. No. Voss.
The Stas.
Boss is pretty cool. I don't think I like him as much as most people.
Who is he?
Wow.
Parker, I show you better.
And he's gone.
Ooh.
I met him once.
Javik.
That was one of my problems with him. You meet him at the start and he's really awesome, but you don't see him nearly enough.
Yeah, he fades away halfway through the game.
And how he does is really disappointing.
Yeah.
I think Javik's top 3.
Yep. Javik top 3. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you please remind me, who is Javik?
He's from Mass Effect 3.
I know, but who is he?
He's
from Mass
the
Effect 3?
pro
He's
thief.
from the From Ashes DLC.
I never met him in
That
my
is
game.
tragic.
That's because you didn't download the DLC.
Nope.
Oh, DLC
Best character.
character.
I'm gonna push for Hatham to fill that last spot.
Okay. What else we got?
Faye, Phi, Hatham, Menendez, Soren, and Richard.
You can get rid of Richard. I'm the only person that
I'm
might
really
listen to
intrigued
him.
by your description, though. Like, if they, like, I don't know.
It's very
Your
in-
description of him's super interesting.
Yeah. I can hear it right now too. Is that right there?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, at this point, I'm pushing for Hatham. So.
Hernandez can go.
I think
Hernandez.
Hernandez?
Menendez.
Hernandez?
Amanda.
Hernandez!
Derek beat Black Ops 2.
I did.
I'd probably say Menendez over Fido.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I would say Hatham.
Hatham over
Is in number 3.
Menendez.
He's a very, very strong character.
Why don't you just start calling him Hermando or
I
something?
I said Menendez.
Hernandez.
Menendez. He's the hardest name to say in this whole entire list.
I don't know.
Menendez. How can you be an awesome character if you can't pronounce his name?
Okay. We're down to our top 3. Isaiah looks displeased.
No.
Okay.
Clementine, Javik, and Hatham.
Alright, fighting words for Clementine, even though a lot of people love her still. Clementine was the only way for the player, I felt, to get back and touch their human side. Without her, I would think you'd do more choices than you would. But with her in there, it makes you judge yourself on the choices that you make. Yeah. Because you don't want to, if you want to give up your innocence to take out some guys for the greater good, or try to keep up and try to work around a situation differently. So she makes the game very much more impactful for you and your choices.
She's also a walking plot device for you.
Yes.
I don't know. If you want to be reductive, you can boil The Walking Dead down to a giant escort mission.
I hate escort missions.
I hate escort missions. Comes off the list.
I'm totally okay with Clementine winning. Javik would probably be my favorite secondary character of the year, just for so much that he adds to that aspect. The depth of his character and actually learning about his people as well, and his banter with Liara, and how different their world views are, and their clashes are very interesting.
I'm just surprised they didn't have it on disc or in the
It
game
is
already.
tragic.
Aren't
It's
Protheans eternal
ridiculous.
pessimists?
Kind of. Well, he is kind of, but
They're very,
he was born during the Reaper War.
yeah.
So I mean, all he knows is war.
It's interesting. Like Liara has this extremely romanticized view of what this civilization was like, what their culture was like, and then you get Javik on your ship, and then you hear her asking him a bunch of questions, and she's just absolutely destroying everything she thought she knew about their culture and everything related to the Protheans. Like it's just like, well, no, it wasn't like that at all. Like, no, we're pretty much all about war. That's the way it is.
They were imperialistic.
Yeah, but just
enslaving everyone.
yep.
Everyone was Prothean, even though they weren't, like, by race Prothean or species.
Yeah.
They were under the Prothean banner because they conquered everyone.
Yep.
Wow.
So it
Yeah.
adds so much to that game. And as a fan of the first 2 games, you're going to really want to know that stuff, and it is just, I cannot believe that was not.
Yeah, it's criminal.
We have an opportunity to punish them right now.
Okay, let's punish him right here. Get that out of the way.
No, it's Javik's. Yeah, it's really. I think it's really definitely between Clementine and Javik. You have arguably the best written, most well enacted child character in a long time, at least. Maybe ever.
Was her voice actress actually a girl?
No.
I have no idea.
Probably go with
No.
It's exceptionally impressive either way. I think Zach really captured it best when, like, she forces you to examine your own actions and the way you're. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna try to
definitely.
copy what you said.
I mean, I know there's a time where I had the option to kill somebody. I did. And then she was standing there, and
Yep.
I immediately reset, reloaded.
What? No!
He's okay. He's okay. Just take it out. He's fine.
That's what made that scene so incredibly impactful for me. It's because, like, yeah, you kill that guy with a pitchfork. You don't know she's there, like, and then it's like, as soon as you do it, Clementine saw you kill him, or will remember that. So it's like, no!
Oh, you restarted. Oh.
Yeah, I reloaded.
No
Live with your choices.
Especially now.
Yeah,
She's
Clementine's
holding you
back.
back.
Well, I didn't really do that any other time. But then
See,
it was
Clementine just made you weaker.
because I'm like, oh, she's away. She's back here. It'll be okay.
The fact that she's there made, like, that's what made my decision to murder the second guy so incredibly like
Easy.
no no it made it all the it's like she saw me do this like I don't know if I can't come back from this. I have to I just have to do this.
Yeah. Do you want a kid to grow up like Carl, or do you?
Carl's so awesome.
Or Duck? I'm just saying. Or Duck. You got the two extremes here.
Wait,
Duck was the
Duck
Robin
didn't
Hood
grow up.
No. Depressing.
Alright,
This
so
shameful
is
walk
it
to the.
anyone else against Clementine, or is that just me?
I think it's
And
fitting
I think
because
it's
that makes our best main character and secondary character from the same game, and that's what that game is good
That
at.
is what it is good at.
Story,
Alright,
characters,
Let's do it.
relationships.
Alright. Best secondary character.
First
Going
person
to
shooting
Clementine from The
mechanics.
Walking Dead, runners-up Javik from Mass Effect 3, and Hatham from Assassin's Creed
It's also got
3. Yeah.
It's the main
So-
character.
That's how I do it.
Lucy Liu in there as well.
No
So,
way, Lucy Liu.
Next.
Sorry.
We need a countdown.
Dishonored apparently has a lot of.
And we're back.
Hi.
Yeah, we've been back for 30 seconds.
30 seconds back.
Alright.
Yep.
Yep. Spoiler alert, audience. We're pausing between these categories.
Yeah.
But that means we're now back to bring you best voice acting. Several nominees yet again. I feel this is going to be a tough one, but we'll see. Best voice acting. Our nominees are Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, Mass Effect 3, Persona 4 Arena, The Last Story, Xenoblade Chronicles, Code of Princess, Dust, and Elysian Tale, Osiris Wrath, The Walking Dead, Binary Domain, Transformers Fall of Cybertron, and Sleeping Dogs. Alright, guys. Best of luck, us. Sleeping Dogs?
I wasn't a big fan. I mean, it's
It's got Emma
definitely good
Stone in
enough.
it. She's a gift.
I didn't even notice.
She is
She
a
was.
stone.
Is her voice the gift?
No, good
That's what I
That's true.
thought.
Her acting is.
Emma
Is it-
Stone, call me.
It is.
So, Sleeping Dogs, gone.
I did not know.
Not
Sure.
top 3. Transformers?
Takes lots of skills to make Optimus Prime sound
Autobots.
roll out. Who does
It's got Nolan North as well in it.
Autobots roll
Nolan North
straight
is
off
in
this
it.
Oh,
list.
it's so good.
Fine.
Okay,
We'll leave
okay,
it.
I'm okay.
They got like
North
the
is better
80s.
and Inspector
Why did they need to talk? The
Well,
Transformers.
what?
They're
Yes.
robots.
Oh,
they should
man.
have they should have radio transmission
Wi-Fi
between each other.
communication.
Their radio transmissions can't be in language?
It'd
Binary
be-
code.
Well, it wouldn't be audible to us. It'd be so much faster.
Like dial up.
It'd be more efficient.
It'd be like
They act like
insects.
people, and it's retarded. Transformers
Pheromones.
should not talk.
I'm not
Not
having this
not to
discussion.
themselves.
I'm
on
not
their
having
own
this
planet.
discussion.
To humans,
We
yeah.
can
okay, that's
argue
fine.
the logical fallacies of Transformers
Yes,
fiction
Can't they just like
can.
any other day.
They email each
Now.
other. Instant text message.
I got an email from Autobots.
I am.
So,
Oh,
Transformers.
Starscream, that's silly. It's not top 3. It's not going to be top 3.
Ruffle,
gone.
It's gone.
Ruffle now at Optimus Prime.
OptimusPrime.hotmail.com.
Bumblebee likes this.
We nominated Dust here.
Yeah, who?
That was probably me.
There is a very
Because the one dude's Scottish.
yeah, no, you're talking to like all these people, and there's one random guy who's all Australian.
That's
He's just
it.
completely out of place.
That's it.
It's crazy.
And he outrageous accent.
And he's a bear.
It's like binary domain.
I was like,
It's a really
French
big,
robot.
Super
he's
French.
a really big cartoon bear.
So French.
He's Australian.
Best French robot. Frenchest robot.
So French.
binary domain.
I can give him that award.
Alright.
Dust has a lot of good voice acting, but I don't think it's a top.
Okay. Code of Princess?
Ah, so good.
It does have actually really good voice acting.
Oh, I
Teddy's
need to
in there
play
from
it.
Persona 4.
So good.
Sarah from Final Fantasy 13 is the main character.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Code of Princess is
Holy
top
crap.
3 for me.
Voice acting strong. I don't know if I'd say over Persona 4 Arena, which is also not my top 3.
Oh man, there's a lot of voice acting
Yeah.
on that one.
The announcer. Done.
Teddy.
announcer.
Teddy's the announcer of the show.
But
not the
host.
The gang. Yeah. Friends. Run out its rivals there.
Right.
So I like Last Story over Xenoblade voice acting.
But it's
Wrong
time.
All right, they both.
The
It's
last
clever.
story.
I know, but it's writing, not voice acting.
It's rhyme time.
Oh, that's voice experience.
No, this is voice acting.
Yeah, that's voice acting.
I said writing though. That would be under writing, wouldn't it?
No,
Rhyme time?
How the
Clever?
line is delivered.
Okay, there we go.
Over.
Oh
Over.
man, zombie.
Best lack of
gosh.
writing. Xenoblade Chronicles.
I have Last Story as top 3. Because they're all British.
You probably
And
know.
awesome.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Just so you can see the last prepper part.
YouTube it.
Yeah, you can. But man,
What's
Is anyone fighting for Mass Effect 3 here?
I'm not.
If we're doing most voice acting.
Well,
I'm not.
that is not at all where I expected this to go. Okay.
Away
Mass
from
Effect
Enemy
3?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much more solid stuff in the last half of the year, though.
I'd also, I mean, again, it's not like new voice acting, but it's a lot of the same voice actors from the first game, so that doesn't have to be counted against it.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, if you're gonna count that against it, then Persona 4.
Labris has a New York accent. It's awesome.
No, it's not awesome.
I thought she was cool.
Well, if we were going by that logic, then Code of Princess would be out too, because it's got a lot of the same voice actors.
Different. They're different characters.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I wasn't sure if we were talking about.
The Walking Dead, they caped all those voice actors over all 5 episodes. Gosh, talk about recycling
Yep.
talent.
Cut it.
Cut it, gone.
It is
We
gone.
didn't actually cut it.
No,
Okay.
I cut it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can we pull some out?
Yes. Let's.
I think Virtue's Afterwards top 3.
that game's
I
all
agree
about
with
that.
What I've seen so far.
Actually, yes, I would have it there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But since 999 didn't even have
Yep.
voice acting.
I know, crazy.
It didn't?
No.
Oh my goodness.
None.
How would you listen to that?
You
Just
don't.
read all
You
of it.
don't, you
just
read.
Reading.
It kind of slows down the game a little bit though, because the voice acting is
Yeah,
so
that's
good,
right.
you want to listen to it.
Agreed.
Can't go as fast. You can read faster than they can speak. But it adds a lot to the game having the voice acting.
It does.
So is Mass Effect 3 going then?
I'm not fighting for it.
I'm not fighting.
I'm very good to go.
Wow. Unexpected.
There's so
Okay.
many better games because
Are there?
I would think it's more atmospheric and more like body language and facial expressions in that game. They do pretty well at that. Like John Shepard, most of his
Jessica
memorable
Jones.
moments is when he's not talking.
It looks terrible.
And you smile.
My character model is awful.
I always plays the Fem Chef. Anyway.
Fem Chef.
Me too.
I
Okay.
think she
Yeah,
did a lot better in the
Chef.
first 2 games.
Made my character a little too gaunt looking.
Man, the fact that that's still not fixed. They still haven't fixed that
They
face
haven't?
import button.
Oh my gosh.
Like, my guy looked awful and was horrible looking. He was ugly as
Yeah,
all
mine
get out.
didn't import.
But I was
well.
really bummed when I had to take chiseled bro Shep in Mass Effect 3. There was no way I was going to recreate ugly, awful looking by Shepard. Man, he looked awful.
It's
But
so
that's
good
what
to
Shepard
have
looked like to me. That was my character. It's a bummer. Asura's Wrath.
I'm not fighting for it.
I like it. I like a lot of the performances. They're appropriately bombastic.
I really don't like Wiseman in it for it.
No, Wisen's not very good. I don't even remember.
Wizen.
I
I think they're his daughter. Yeah.
oh,
Okay, priest.
yeah, she was not very good.
I don't like Litra either.
But really,
Exactly.
really, Yasha is really good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Robin
she's
Atkin
very
Downs is amazing.
Olga was really good. Davis
Yep.
was really good.
Yep.
Asura is decent.
The Spider was good.
Spider.
Spider was really good.
Right.
It's not in my top 5.
We'll cut Asura's Wrath.
Binary different.
You are the voice actor.
That's right. Best personal.
It didn't work for me so much.
That's a shame.
Because
Yeah,
Bo, Big Bo complimented me. He was like, "Good job," and I said, "Thank you." But what popped up on the screen was,
Effie.
"Fuck you."
What?
I'm like, not quite what I said. But alright.
But we hated you from the start.
Not quite what I said.
I didn't play with it, actually. I didn't play with it. Yeah, I was like halfway through the game, and Alex was like, "Oh wait, you're not playing with a headset." I was like, "What are you talking about?" or Kinect. I was like, "Oh."
I just
It-
used the
Kinect
bumpers
doesn't work.
at the end.
It doesn't.
That's silly, I thought.
Yep. I mean, it tries to work, but it doesn't work. So binary's gone. 2 spots left. Persona 4 Arena The Last Story, Xenoblade, Coda Princess, and Walking Dead.
So P4A?
Where? To go or to go top 3?
To go.
I'm okay with that.
Which one?
I haven't seen it. I know Persona 4 though, so I know all the voices.
One of them's different.
I think
She's
you're
New
Teddy.
Yorker, man.
Oh, no, Teddy is different. Yeah. 2 of them are different.
Well then, let's get rid of it.
Okay. They do great jobs.
Oh, yeah.
They do great jobs. It's not because it's a bad game.
It's where
Terrible.
It's because it's an awful game.
it's where we played it yesterday.
I shouldn't say that.
So bad at it.
Out of those, I definitely won't play Last Story for
Me
Sorry,
too.
you kicked my butt.
How about Walking Dead?
Yeah.
I go with those two.
But mashing works.
Yep.
Last Story, Walking Dead, VLR.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Done.
Sorry, Ron.
A bunch of jokers.
Unfortunately for Ryan, it's not his time.
It is not.
Next year, Xenoblade 2.
Yeah, never going to happen. All right.
I don't know if I want those games.
No? Oh gosh.
Winner.
Now this will be tough.
Fun.
I know what my winner is.
I know what my winner is.
I do too.
Yeah,
I
it's gonna
vote
be all
for
different.
Last Story.
Versus Last Reward.
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead makes me cry.
The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Oh, come on.
Ah. All right.
Sorry.
But the voices, they're just.
No, that's Asura's Wrath.
There's very sentimental moments with Lee talking to Clementine. I love Lee's voice.
But Clementine's voice alone is.
Is really good.
It's got
Unbelievable.
emotions so captured in that game.
I really, really love the voice acting in VLR. It's exceptional. And Zero Junior is
One of the
something
best.
else. Holy cow. Talk about expertly delivered voice acting.
Because that could have been
You
terrible.
It could have been terrible, but it was awesome. I don't know. I could maybe be swayed to VLR. It's
A part of why I guess VLR's voice acting is so strong, there wasn't one voice acting performance, I guess, that I could point to that I didn't like. Quark would probably be my least
I was gonna
favorite,
say Quark.
but he's the kid, I guess, so that kind of slides a little bit. And in comparison to 999, just how much that added to the experience, having the voice acting and the 3D models, which also goes played into that,
Sure.
the immersion of that game.
yeah, definitely.
It's not the kid's fault, it's the director's.
The K's voice is great, Five's voice is great, Searching.
Yep.
Then I was trying to think about if there was one I didn't like in The Walking Dead. There weren't any, I don't think that stood out that I did like, or that were poor performances.
Duck. No, Ducks was real
I'm a
bad.
foreman.
Well,
Oh my
on your back,
God.
Sean.
See? So I think the voice actor did his job because I already wanted to punch the kid.
Yeah, he's
Duck?
annoying, but I don't.
Yes.
He did a good job.
Duck was great in episode 3.
Yeah, that was
Yeah. Duck thinks you're
I never.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Duck thinks you're really awesome.
No high five. Sucker.
Oh, yeah, that just reminded me. Episode 5, when something happens to your arm, it just says, "This will hurt a lot."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, man. That's the developers
This
just
is
messing
gonna
with it.
Yeah, there were a couple of little things like that that they snuck in that were really cool. Really
It's,
No?
it's just really hard
Yeah, they're all three great.
having played, and the last story I was super impressed just in that first hour and a half.
If you would have told me I would like a game with better British voice acting than Xenoblade, I would have thought I was crazy. But the last story does surpass it, I think.
It's a tough call.
It is. I don't think we swayed anyone.
No, I don't think so either.
I'm sorry, but
I'm right on the line.
VLR didn't make me. Their voice acting didn't make me feel like I was truly there. The Walking Dead made it more. I don't know. They didn't.
That could just be console versus game.
That is true.
I don't know. I guess I was more impressed with the voice acting. I mean, that's why I have Last Reward over it. But there were. I know Clementine was great, but I guess there were fewer that stood out to me as excellent. But they were still unbelievable real people in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I'm not thinking VLR is in the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
It's up there.
I could even switch to VLR at this point, but I don't think it'd make a difference.
Alright. Walking Dead.
Alright. The Walking Dead taking our top spot for voice acting of the year. Runners up, Virtue's Last Reward, and The Last Story. So yeah, now it's best story in writing for us. Several contenders here as well. I have a feeling this will be another difficult one. Our nominees are Mass Effect 3, Virtue's Last Reward, The Walking Dead, Binary Domain, Persona 4 Arena, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2, The Witcher 2, The Darkness 2, Assassin's Creed 3, Max Payne 3, Tales of Grace's F, and Far Cry 3.
A lot of these on this list, it definitely shows the strength of narrative. As video games as a medium is definitely getting better at telling stories. Yeah, that's for sure. But I have no idea why Assassin's Creed 3 is on here. It's like, we're getting rid of it.
Because it's the
Yeah.
story of America.
Gone.
America.
There's that one awesome plot twist, and then there's that ending that is silly.
Far Cry
Yeah.
3 shouldn't be on there. I just like the beginning of it. I just really like that story.
Speaking
it
of
was
shouldn't be
cool.
on there, Max Payne 3.
Make your case, Zach.
Make my case.
Especially for top 3.
I guess it's more presentation, how he writes and how he speaks to the player
Yeah.
as he's walking around or waking up from his drunken slumber. But other than that, yeah, we should take it off. It's not top 3
It's a
now.
pretty standard revenge story. Alright, those are the easy ones.
Yeah, those are the 3 easy decisions.
Tales of Graces.
Yeah, I don't know where to go.
I have a feeling if more of us had played Tales of Graces, like the way Zach's describing it, they could have been more of a contender. That might be now. But
I got
VLR.
3 more hours.
VLR, yeah.
Cool. I want to say Persona 4 is pretty weak. The arena. It's not that awesome.
Okay, no one can comment on Persona 4 Arena's story, because no one's seen it.
I haven't seen it all the way through.
But, because of that, it definitely won't make the top 3, because I'm the one that played it to completion.
Like,
Would you
It's
rate
actually
it?
a lot
like the ending. What's the ending?
Is it
You told me
So
that's
you
the.
know it?
yes,
You-
almost certainly.
Well,
Good,
hold
'cause
on,
that
hold on.
story sucked.
No, it's definitely in my top 5.
The Persona.
The problem is that's a fighting game story that's probably 20 hours long.
It is.
But so
That's why it's so awesome.
so the lady.
Then it needed to be a different kind of game.
So the Prez is a
No,
robot.
they did a great job of drawing in the JRPG people who like Persona 4 and fighting game people, and they did an amazing job satisfying.
But if you like Persona 4, like I did, and think fighting games are in general terrible, like I do,
It's so easy. X.
yeah, if you figure that out. But
It tells you in the
don't.
tutorial.
I would say it's pretty. Like there's barely any fighting in the story.
Yep. That's why the story is so good.
Barely any fighting. But the. So what happens at the end?
I'm not going to spoil it. Let's just
No, I want to know so I can't. I have to judge this game
Same with
correctly.
Tales of Graces.
Because what I get from it, it just seems very, very shallow.
Might as well get that off the board.
The Darkness 2 is not top 3 material. It's good. Do you think it's top 3 material?
Yeah, I don't think so. I did enjoy the ending, and I hope they make another one.
Oh yeah, big time. I don't think The Witcher 2 is top 3.
I wouldn't think so either. Like, there's some good moments.
The Witcher 1 definitely.
Say, writing for the dwarves, probably my favorite part of the game. Just talking to the dwarves. Very cool characters.
What is the long one?
I'm not going to gain any ground on Devil Survivor here.
Say Devil Survivor.
Here, Devil Survivor, even though it is excellent. And I think it's Mass Effect, Virtue's Last Reward, and Walking Dead.
Yeah. I like Binary Domain Story a lot.
It is
It's
very good.
Binary
good.
Story is great.
I still
So
remember
far.
it. Oh,
It is very solid. There's twist upon it.
such a good story. Right?
Okay. Top 3.
No wins.
What happened to Binary? I thought we were talking good stuff about
Binary
it.
Domain's awesome, Marco.
We're talking about how good it is.
We're talking about how good it is.
Fourth best story right here.
Yeah, it's the 4th best story writing of the year. It's fine. What goes instead?
I know.
What? Then make if you're
Nothing.
that upset with getting rid of Binary, tell me what goes.
No, I was just curious. I didn't know we were.
Enemy 3.
Mass Effect 3. Just because
Because of the ending.
ending. That's what he said.
It's still better than Binary.
That was the whole point of the story, was to
Kidding Indy.
get
it.
an
I
ending.
I really want to talk. I want to save this discussion for later.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do.
No, this is story. This is the story.
The Walking Dead makes its story/writing into gameplay. Discussion. Narrative as game.
It's good.
Walking Dead would be my vote. As the winner. I think Binary should not be in the top 2. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Mass Effect 3 had so many great moments
Yes,
throughout
it
the
does.
game. It's easy to just forget those.
I mean, while I do
But
agree,
it has some awesome.
while I do
moments.
agree that the ending does ruin Mass Effect 3, I don't agree that. I do agree that the rest of its story is totally worth being the top.
So I should still play it.
No.
What? Yes, you should play it.
certainly.
Okay, you're right. There was the whole indoctrination theory.
That was wonderful.
Which would have been amazing.
If
But
that was-
BioWare has 0 testicles, so.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah. Take that, BioWare.
Yeah, we said.
Dragon Age 3 is going to suck.
Because they're still listening.
No, Dragon Age 3 is going to be amazing.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sorry, BioWare. I love you.
That's the sad thing. We all do, which is why that ending hurts. So.
Dragon Age and Mass Effect are in the same universe.
There we go. Yep.
Gosh.
Yep. Right there.
I didn't know you were talking about Virtual Last Reward.
Dragon Age is just a different planet.
Yes.
Dragon-
In Dragon Age 3, Shepard shows
We
up.
have a time.
That'd be awesome. Like,
Walking Dead.
I
sorry, I'm just thinking about that game. How it would play out.
I don't know. VLR's story is really good. The writing,
Too crazy.
too crazy. That's what makes it amazing.
Convoluted.
It's great, but The Walking Dead is better. As far as story and writing.
Not so convoluted. Just as entertaining.
Like, just what you guys were saying about the voice acting, I think that's almost more in the writing than the actual voice acting. They're both important, but I would probably put more on the writing. And it being believable.
well, I mean, if you put me behind the booth as Clementine, it's not going to be as good. I mean, you still got to put some credit on the voice act. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's why I said both.
Man, Clementine
it just
sounds
doesn't
manly.
work. Hey, Lee. Hi, Clem.
And the writing also plays into their excellent execution on their illusion choice. Yes. Which is almost non-existent in DLA. There's a lot of choices, but you're just going through all the boxes.
It's not a game that's about choice. Like, you can't hold the fact that there isn't choice against it.
A lot of people would consider that there is a lot of choice. And there is choices.
Well, I mean, there are a
Which
lot of
do you go through
choices,
first?
but
Like,
yeah.
we had very different experiences with that game. Because
Yes.
I chose a different door than you did first.
As did I.
So, it has the diamond, The Walking Dead has the diamond, but it's good for one and not good for the other.
It's better, much better done than The Walking Dead. Because it's not all laid out in front of you. It's an illusion of choice, where it's not an illusion in Virtue's Last Reward. It's just all there. And that kills it. It kills all of that intensity in that.
Because The Walking Dead, you feel like you're actually working towards an end goal, and in VLR, you can just see it.
Yep.
I felt that because I could see it, I was working towards it.
Okay.
Perhaps in too literal a sense. Sometimes I felt like I was working towards it. But
Kill being chased.
Hard work.
those guys are the only people willing to tell a story like the one in VLR. nobody's willing to tell a story like that. I guess take from that what you will, but
Who's gonna tell a story like the one?
it is entirely unique, except for 999.
Everybody else.
I'm not gonna win. Go ahead.
I don't know where everyone else is. Yeah, no, I know that.
VLR it is. Well, playing VLR is like an unpaid internship.
Wow, that's hard.
Exactly. Because the end is its own reward. You don't need to get paid.
What is
Way to twist my words.
Boom.
Nice slant.
I try. It's the only thing I'm good at.
It's not bad. You would make a great smear journalist. For what it's worth.
Thanks.
I think this is a compliment.
I hope it is. Because I don't even know. Yeah, it's a compliment.
So best story writing is The Walking Dead. There have been two people having this discussion. Nobody
Dude,
else.
Yeah.
there is one
There
game
is
I
that.
played on this list, and that is The Walking Dead. You do not want me to talk about the other two games. Other ones like, Shepherds in Space, something happens at the end that no one likes. Virtue's Last Reward,
It's a strong vocal minority who doesn't like it.
Zero Journey, Zero
it's
Junior
not.
is in
It's
there,
a strong
Bombs
vocal
somewhere,
majority
puzzles,
that doesn't like the ending.
talking, girl with only a necklace and a jacket's in there. That's about all I know about that game.
Fractions.
Best story
Fractions
writing,
Frog's the
Fractions.
best story I've played this year.
It's pretty awesome.
Frog Fractions.
I mean, you don't see a Tale of Redemption like that.
No, you don't. Frog, president. Yeah. But Walking Dead is a very serious, super serious, dead serious story. No pun intended. VLR seems really good. It just seems, I don't know what's crazy about it, I guess.
Everything.
What? You played 999.
Well, I know there's a lot of twists and backstabbing and stuff like that, but ooh.
Didn't you love 999?
Oh man, I played the crap out of it. I played all through it on the first 2 days. I had it, played it all the way through it.
It's the same thing.
No,
But
it's
not really. It takes everything that 999 was based on and just makes it better.
No.
No.
It takes everything 999 did and makes it exponentially more insane.
Yeah.
Not
See, what I-
necessarily better, not necessarily worse, but I prefer 999.
I would think though, from I don't know, from a story point of view, of how this should be, like how a story should be written, build up, conclusion and stuff, like kind of. It sounds like VLR is not that same component.
No, actually, it actually kind of does have that kind of thing going on.
Build up, but it seems like there's different ways to figure out stories, and there's different ways to, I guess,
You can
ruin the sections.
No, that was what Zach did. Zach
But,
ruined it.
I don't know. In a storytelling sense, I would think Walking
I'll tell
Dead
you later. I'll tell you.
is that better story of a build up, and you don't know what's going to happen until it does. You can't see. Well, I guess you knew there was 5 episodes, but I don't know. This is a horrible idea because you don't know what VLR has in store at the end either. It usually happens like that.
So, long story short, your winner is The
Walking Dead, yes. Took a shot. Stop talking.
See, what I really liked about VLR is the story is complicated. It makes you think about it. Because with The Walking Dead, it's straightforward, it's simple. A lot of people can understand it. It's like, okay, cool. Now let's move on. It's more of like a ride.
Is it
This
simple?
one's more like a roller coaster. You get the information and it sends you down a huge hill. And you're trying to figure out all this information. And you're like, okay, guess what? We're going to bombard you with more information. You're like, okay, cool. So you kind of have to pause it, think through it, and then keep on going.
I wish I would pause it.
Yeah, I paused it a lot after a bit, especially the last couple chapters. But the writing, they thought like all the puzzles combined to it at the very end, all the different information that you learn, they go by for one focal point, and at that one focal point, it just blows your mind. And I thought that the very complex story writing was pretty well done.
Yeah, I did think of a possible plot hole in DLR earlier.
Oh, you did?
I don't necessarily want to shoot that.
I would like to know about it later.
Involves people speaking really fast. How that doesn't make sense.
Are they on
No, they
speed?
explain that.
They do, but I thought everyone was already under that influence. So that'd be double of that influence. That would make sense.
Maybe just like hot flashes.
I don't know. Maybe they don't under. Maybe they don't.
It could
all
just be
under-
additional symptoms. I mean, it's,
I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay. But then, what about the jumping at the start, which is the Starfall thing?
Yep.
Uh, moving on.
Yeah, so that's best story and writing. Winners The Walking Dead, runners up DLR, and Mass Effect 3. We're now move on to Happier Times. Happier Times are here again. We're talking about our most memorable moments of 2012. This is a personal category because I know that I know exactly what Dave thought was the most memorable moment of 2012.
Yes, you do.
Exactly. So Dave, tell us what your most memorable moment of 2012 was.
My most memorable moment, 2012, was in the first episode of The Walking Dead. When, spoilers, you are walking out to get the key from your dead zombified brother, and he just gets right up on him, and he just says, "Hey, bud." Like he's talking to his brother, like it's still his brother. It got me.
Even with your brain still.
Take your
It's one of the
axe
scenes
and
I
go,
cried on. Well, I cried.
and you're still alive. And then you got to go. And he's like,
You just gotta keep
and
dating
then
him.
you just have to wail on him until he stops moving.
And then keep going.
It got me. It got me.
Any more?
Yeah, but I'm sure that other people are gonna mention the other one. The other one from Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
that was another big memorable
All right,
moment.
speaking of that, my most memorable part was Assassin's Creed 3, end of Chapter 1.
Yeah.
You play Hawthorne for about
Hatham.
Hatham for a couple hours. I always want to say Hawthorne. I don't know why, but Hatham, you play him for about 4 hours, right? in
It's,
Chapter
it's
1?
pretty lengthy.
Yeah, and he's such a cool character, and he's driving you, and you're like, all right, cool. He's saving this Indian village, and then by the end of that chapter, you figure out he's actually a Templar. That just blew my mind. I was so surprised. And then that little trophy in the top corner goes, "Hey, how do you like them apples?" Oh, I was so baffled. I was so impressed. Yes. And then I wanted the rest of the game to be like that, and it never happened. So,
But it was good in different ways.
oh yeah,
Like bugs.
yep, a lot of bugs. But anywho, that was my most memorable.
Boats!
You're thinking of
Oh.
Bob Cratchit.
Oh, I thought you said bugs. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
a lot of
bugs,
bugs.
It's in my hair.
Boats,
It's in my-
boats were like the best part of that game.
Ubisoft
Yeah.
needs to make a pirate game
Definitely.
based on the naval sections.
Yes.
Any more?
Probably the next most memorable is Asur's Wrath. First boss fight to go against one of the 7 deities. Guy becomes bigger than a planet, and then pushes his finger towards you, trying to kill you with just one finger. That was awesome.
Any more? Are you good?
That's good for me.
Gary?
I think I got two.
Okay.
The first one is the Wii U off of Zombie U. One of my favorite memorable moments that I think I'll remember for a while now. It's like Binary Domain, the story ending of that just still stuck in my head.
Yeah.
But the prepper, he just gets so livid with you. I love the voice actor, by the way. I don't know who is it. I know he's from Modern Warfare, but man, he is so good at this part, and he just starts screaming at you over the mic, and he like curses you to get out of his safe house, and you're just like, what have I done? I'm like, oh, this is horrible. And I just feel so bad. It's like walking out with my head down. I'm like, I guess I'll just take my stuff. But it's just such a good moment where you're just like, crap, I did something horrible. But that moment, and when I'm playing Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Land with Isaiah and Zarg and I, we were crying laughing when we played it. It was tears. I think my jaw hurt so much. It was the most fun I've had playing a game in like from the longest time. We were laughing so hard.
Nintendo will do that too. I guess.
Oh, it was so much fun. And that's it.
Jose?
Yeah, for me, just first time actually was when I'm holding the Wii U, sort of booting Nintendo in, and just, I got it. Yeah, I can move the camera around, like moving the Wii pad, like it just felt so different and cool.
And you felt that, you're like, oh my gosh, Pokemon Snap 2.
Right?
It felt so much more personal doing that.
Yeah, so that's definitely really awesome. Man, the final level of Transformers, just ridiculous. Like, they just throw everything. You change characters like 4 times.
Okay.
And then at the end, like, it's an epic duel between good and evil.
Okay.
So epic. Most memorable, definitely Walking Dead. Episode 3 is just a certain character unexpectedly gets shot,
Oh my god.
and
Yeah.
I forgot that.
man, that was not
His
memorable
most
for Derek.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of saw it coming.
And well, I thought they,
No,
I,
I don't know how.
I thought
Left
we might
field.
vote to kick her out, or I wasn't expecting the.
Watch her
or
get
just
shot in
to-
the head.
Yeah. So yeah, that wins for me.
Alright, Brock, you
Okay.
go.
I can go. Okay.
You didn't restart it after that?
I'm like, what if I just play back?
Yeah, I definitely want to echo that. That's definitely a hugely memorable moment from The Walking Dead for me. It's not my personal winner, I think, but I might I'll come back to that in a moment. I want to mention frog fractions.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
For realizing when you can press down, or I guess being told that you can press down into the pool there, and then that game goes freaking nuts, and it's hilarious and awesome. So, yeah, Google frog fractions, play that, it's great. So yeah, that's really awesome. Wanted to mention, I guess, the last couple hours of Binary Domain, because that's when that game really kind of cuts loose on the premise of its story, and there's some really interesting moral implications of what goes on there, I think. So it's really unclear what the right thing is and what exactly should be done about this problem with robots that look like people but don't know they're robots. So I thought that actually took a really interesting twist on that story and made it morally ambiguous, which is not something it seemed like it was going to do from the start. So I was really impressed by that. Let's see. VLR is, of course, absolutely nuts. There are a few crazy moments in that. It's hard to pick one. Especially like just the last 6 hours are a deluge of craziness.
Yeah.
Perhaps to its detriment, but it's certainly memorable if you can remember what goes on.
Exactly.
I was really impressed when I decided to self-destruct my own mech in Steel Battalion Heavy Armor. That was a lot of fun, especially when the crewmen in your training mech try to stop you. I thought that was enjoyable. Let's see. I know. I had to mention it for something. It got in there somehow. Seeing the enemy flagship in FTL was absolutely just heartbreaking, and that was awesome. But I guess if I had to pin it on one extraordinarily memorable moment, I would say something about 2/3 of the way through The Walking Dead episode 2, trying to resuscitate a person in your group that you probably don't like very much. And yeah, so he befalls an extraordinarily quick, gruesome demise.
That was a close second for me.
Totally
man. That
didn't
was-
see it coming.
Like, I didn't catch it the first time, but the second time, you see a breath of air he takes. The one old guy, right before he gets that block on his head. I was like,
Okay,
Really?
well,
Yeah.
I've never felt that.
yeah, I
you
didn't
can
catch
see a
it.
little
You
breath.
like see him like
Whoa.
panic.
You see him breathe.
His leg kind of
lips
quivers.
move.
No way.
I'm gonna have to play that again.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah. I didn't catch it the first time. Second time I saw it.
I've got to watch it.
I don't think there's that second or third time.
That change. Oh my goodness.
Well, that does
That's
change
nuts.
Interesting.
All right. So yeah, I guess most memorable
It's not
moment
just
is
a glitch.
Larry getting a salt
I don't
block through
think
his
so.
face. So,
I don't know.
so we
It's
pretty
pretty
much said
common.
it.
Yeah.
So when you see it, it's so
That's, I think
loud.
that's my winner for most memorable moment.
I was watching when I was playing through it. I was like, oh my god.
I got 5 here. It was really difficult to get down to 5. I'll start with this one, which I think was my most memorable at half year. In Mass Effect 3, you're on Tuchanka, and you're just sprinting to get these drums hit to summon this giant thresher maw. And it jumps out of the ground, and it takes on a Reaper. And that scene is just gorgeous, and it was so memorable. That was like, oh man, if the game keeps this up, it's going to be awesome. I don't think I ever reached that height again, but it was just incredible. The rest of my most memorable moments here center around being confused, actually. So I'll start with The Darkness 2. The asylum scenes in that game were incredibly memorable for me, and just not knowing where the heck Jackie was. Like, what is reality? And that whole struggle throughout most of that game was very enjoyable. To echo Brock, that last hour of Binary Domain, it really culminated in this one gunshot where it was presumed that the main character kills one of the other characters.
Yeah.
And then that was very memorable and yeah, excellent. Another one is the final battle of the DLC in Asur's Wrath. You're fighting what the Golden Spider turns into, and these quick time events come up when you're fighting it, and they have like Japanese characters on them, and you hit it and it doesn't do anything, and then it goes by itself, and then the bad guy hits you, and the entire area is white and it's gorgeous. And so what happens is you see yourself doing your quick time events, and the enemy actually has the same quick time events come on screen, and you see it hitting them and killing you, and then you fighting back. Eventually it starts to miss the quick time events, and you continue to just beat on it, and it eventually dies, and it's like, you can't beat me. But you do, and that was one of the most memorable moments of the year for me. It was pretty excellent. And my most memorable moment of the year was the same as Isaiah's, and that is the bus scene in The Walking Dead. Did not see that coming at all. Just so confused. It's like, wow, she just snapped. And so I was confused on all 4 of those. Because it was really confusing to see this quick time events.
In Darkness 2, did you jump off? Like,
Yeah.
did it take you a while to jump off
No,
that
I
thing?
definitely jumped off.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
man.
as soon as I
Dude,
did
it took me forever. I stood there going, I don't know if this is real or not. I'm like, what do I do? Like, I have no idea. I'm just going crazy.
I took a couple seconds, but
Oh, it took me forever. I sat there for like 2
It's great.
minutes contemplating if I should do it or not. I walked back to the door, and I like, walked
Crazy.
back. I was like, alright, let's just jump off, see what happens. I was ready to reset the game.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I really wish that it had worked out. That he was just absolutely
Crazy.
insane.
Yeah, that
So,
fun, you just killed
Hit the
yourself.
floor credits.
Man,
That would
no,
be so
no,
weird.
no. I wish that what you would have had to do is take the other option and accept the fact that you're actually just nuts and it's all been a hallucination.
I was waiting you to fall and just hit the floor credits.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
It would
Yeah.
have been so good. My goodness.
Oh, like Catherine.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
man.
The way Catherine would have been a better game if they'd done some same things differently. Yeah. Derek, can you remind me of what your definitive memorable moment was?
Oh, Zombie Yo.
Okay, yeah, that's one. All right.
Quick recap of those.
All right. Just to recap everybody's most memorable moment, we started off with Dave, whose most memorable moment involved Lee's brother and his interaction with him at the end of The Walking Dead episode 1. Zach was impressed by the moment of Hatham's, I guess, unveiling as an enemy in Assassin's Creed 3. Derek was really taken aback by the ending of Zombie U involving the Prepper and his reaction to what you've done. Isaiah and Alex were both really taken aback by Carly's demise in The Walking Dead, and I was no more fancy sayings. Most memorable moment for me was Larry getting the salt block through the cranium in The Walking Dead episode 2. So that's where we stand on most memorable moment. So now we move on to our most anticipated games of 2013. So a lot of crazy things got delayed out of 2012 into 2013. So those are of course eligible as well as anything also announced for 2013 so far. We'll try to stick to things that we are pretty sure will come out in 2013. So.
To the last I'm not even getting my hopes up.
Nope.
It's never going to come
I'm
out.
done with it.
It's done. Yeah.
I will play it when it comes out.
All right. So most anticipated.
Okay.
Anybody go for it.
Got 5 games here. First one, I wanted to really balance this to, I guess, show off my tastes for games, but that totally fell apart. I got 2 3DS games, 2 Wii U games, so not terribly balanced here. I'll start with Pikmin 3, which should have came out probably 2 years ago on the Wii, but I'll take it as a Wii U game. Should have also been a launch title for the Wii U. I think it would have been a great job to show off the graphics of that system with its more realistic take. But alas, I am still strongly anticipating it for this year, or 2013. Another game is Luigi's Mansion 2, a game I, on numerous occasions, would always joke about coming out. Eventually did get announced and is now coming out on 3DS this year, I believe in second quarter, so I'll be very excited for that. Another one is Beyond Two Souls, is the subtitle there? Okay, and there's Quantic Dream's next game. Will it be better than Heavy Rain? I would hope so. It'll definitely look better, so that's something to be really excited about. The next one is from Atlas, a 3DS game called Shin Megami Tensei 4. It looks like it's going to be excellent and finally get a sequel to Nocturne after 9 years. So that'll be interesting. I don't think it'll be tied to Nocturne, but it'll be something to keep an eye on for sure. But my most anticipated game for 2013 at this point is The Wonderful 101. Huge fan of Platinum Games and their past work. It looks kind of like a combination of Pikmin and Beautiful Joe. It just looks like it's going to be excellent and is my most anticipated game for 2013.
Want to take us off next? Dave?
What?
Next.
Sure. For me, the big game that I'm looking forward to playing is Naughty Dog, PS3 exclusive. It is The Last of Us. I don't really know a whole lot about that game. I've just seen the trailer, and that was enough. That's all I needed. My interest is piqued.
Should have called I'm Alive 2.
Yeah.
But,
And I will get to play that one because my brother has a PS3.
did you?
So, and he's gonna buy it as soon as it comes out. He's just as revved up for it as I am, more so.
Any others?
No, that's
Alright.
That is it.
That's it. Alright, my most anticipated games. Alex already brought one up, Beyond Two Souls. I really enjoyed Heavy Rain, so I'm anticipating this one will be great as well. So hopefully that'll do well. And then also Tomb Raider. I'm a big fan of Uncharted series. So hopefully Tomb Raider will do another kind of that kind of genre. Do that pretty well. And my most anticipated game for 2013 is Level 5. Level 5 and Studio Ghibli is coming together to make Ni no Kuni.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited for that. I'm a good JRPG fan, so I'll be excited for that one.
Man, what do I have left? There's a lot of Wii U games that are coming out that I'm super pumped up for. Alex said most of them though. He said 2. Pikmin 3 is a huge one. I'm ready. I'm super excited for Lego City. See what it can do. Ni no Kuni. The more I watch of it, I saw a little gameplay of it. It looked really fantastic. I'm super excited. I love all Miyazaki films, so it'll be fun to play. I don't remember the other ones I had, but I already said Lego City. That's very fun. And probably the most anticipated is what Alex already said is the Wonderful 101. It just looks vibrant and beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Beautiful Joe. And that game was fun. So I'm excited for Wonderful 101.
I'm really excited for Blizzard to come out with the expansion to StarCraft 2. a big way just because StarCraft, the original one, was alright by itself. It was really good, but Brood War really made that game. With the balances it brought, the new units, just made it awesome. I'm really excited to see what they do, especially with the new campaign. I hope it's going to be more action, RPG, focus on Kerrigan, leveling her up. So that'll be really cool. Really, really looking forward to the action games coming out this year. A big one that has released, that hasn't been announced, Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta might be my favorite action game ever. There's so much style. The gameplay is so slick. So seeing what they do with Nintendo funded is going to be awesome. Yeah. Hopefully that gets released this year. Oh, and Pokemon XY.
Oh yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
rumor.
I'm actually going to be buying a 3DS this year.
That was announced. That's
For
on
sure.
this list. Fire Emblem.
I am very excited for Fire Emblem. We'll be picking that up as my first game for 3DS. Maybe a Fire Emblem bundle, but maybe not because I want a 3DS XL.
Yeah.
So which one was your most anticipated?
Bayonetta 2.
All right.
That's what I bought a Wii U for, really. Huge. That's what convinced me to buy a Wii U.
All right.
I was already going to get one, but
That announcement did its job. It sold some Wii U's. All right. I'm definitely looking forward to a few games coming out. I guess I'll start with a couple that I would assume that Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney will come to the United States in 2013.
That's good.
I'm the only reason that didn't make the absolute most anticipated game for me is because I'm not 100% sure that it's actually going to come out this year. If I want, there is no question that that's the game I'm looking forward to the most. Period. But let's see, if Ace Attorney 5 hits the U.S. shores this year, that'd be great too. I'm really looking forward to the wonderful 101, along with Alex and Dave here. I think that seems really interesting, and something to play on the Wii U would be really great right about now. I'm looking forward to Pokemon X and Y. That looks really interesting, and at least it's something new in the handheld Pokemon, series. So that'll be really nice. My most anticipated that I know for sure is going to come out this year, I think, is Splinter Cell Blacklist. I'm a Splinter Cell fan. That's all there is to it. So I'm really interested to see the direction they're taking it in. Seems almost like Splinter Cell plus Assassin's Creed with its kind of mobility and stuff. So while I'm not 100% convinced it'll be good, I am 100% convinced that I want to see if it's good. So that's that for me. Moving on, I always like this fill in the blank category. 2012 is the year of blank, and each of us will share what we put in that blank. Who wants to start?
Do you think we could do this collectively?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we could. Okay. Yeah. All right. Personal category becomes group.
Here come nominations.
One word. Stealth.
Stealth. Yeah.
Stealth.
All right.
That was gonna be fun. Dang it.
All right.
wow.
Stealth is one. Okay. Choice is a good nomination. Robots.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm going.
Trippin' balls.
Okay.
You do it in multiple games. Far Cry 3, VLR, Hotline Miami.
Do you really trip balls in VLR?
Yeah, it's all woo, 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 and they're talking like a billion miles an hour.
Happens once. Okay, fine.
Still counts.
Still tripping.
So
Siggy be trippin'.
There was another one I thought of, but it's gone now.
Max Payne 3. That's true. Yeah, he's on.
Yeah.
I'm nominating Delays.
Yeah.
This year could have been much, much stronger if everything that was supposed to come out this year actually came out this year. So.
Darkness 2. There it was.
Ah.
Trippin' balls.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, big time. Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly all the stuff that Oscar did with August, but
That's
I
true.
think it's safe.
There was probably some tripping going on. All right. Any more nominations for 2012 as the year of?
That's all I got.
Those are some good ones. All right. So what wins? Well, how many stealth games do we have this year?
Mark the Ninja, Hitman, I'm Live has stealth sections, Dishonored, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, Journey has stealth sections, Far Cry 3 is basically a stealth game, Assassin's Creed 3 has stealth sections, Walking Dead even has stealth sections.
I disagree with one of those. Which one of the other ones?
XCOM stealth.
No,
Trying
it's
to
part of
hide.
strategy. I'll go ahead and make my case for strategy. I still think stealth's a better candidate, but we got Pokemon Conquest, which is a strategy game, Devil Survivor 2 strategy game, and XCOM is blowing up in the strategy. But yeah, there were more stealth games, so I'm okay with getting rid of that.
Okay. We can get rid of that. All right. I think stealth is a good.
I think stealth and robots are the two big ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Balls.
Yeah, tripping. Yeah, let's get tripping.
Choice is probably a good third, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because holy cow, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 had a lot of choices in it. Oh, no more.
I like that.
I don't think
category.
tripping.
That
I don't think
one,
tripping balls was a year-defining
But it's everywhere.
category. No, I think the fact that I think the fact that Black Ops 2 has choice means choice is everywhere.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
These guys like these choices in games. You think the people in them frat houses want to choose which way to go and whether to snipe or take those dudes out in the face with a shotgun? Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a good idea. Let's put that in there. Everybody loves choice.
There's actually some surprisingly meaningful choices.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I was being overly.
Yeah.
I was being overly reductive. And yes.
Hillbilly's pride.
Hey, I said and frat boys. I said frat guys.
I'm surprised Sherrick had the gumption to actually make some changes to their formula. So that was good. But I would say choice is the third out of the two.
Yeah,
Stealth being one.
Just
I guess. Yeah.
Stealth robots choice.
Yep. Yeah.
And how many games have robots?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not going to answer part of that.
Borderlands 2.
He doesn't know.
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
they-
they have to have the same.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yep. There's some robot stuff going on in VLR.
Okay.
Because last night
Yeah.
they said one character has his own army of clone robots.
No, I didn't say robots. Clones.
Robots. Persona 4 Arena has a lot of stuff with robots.
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade is the
Oh, it's all of it. Yeah, that's
Xenoblade, it's all
yeah.
about
You're
Struggle
on.
between.
the honest version of comics.
Yep.
Mass Effect 3.
Transformers.
Transformers, all about robots.
I don't see
All
it.
about
I'm not
robots.
seeing it.
Those are people.
Binary Domain.
I was about to
Binary
say
Domain's
Domain's
all about robots.
Assassin's Creed 3. Benjamin Franklin.
Actually,
He was
That
a
dude's a
robot?
machine, but that's a different kind of.
Dishonored. Kind of. Not really.
There was
Not
like
really
neck
robots.
things.
there were those
Walkers.
but nothing
Very
like
human.
That's more of a
The
suit.
the conflict between the Geth and the Quarians in Mass Effect, the craziness of Binary Domain. Virtue's Last Reward does some really interesting stuff with robots.
Borderlands 2, Sir Hammerlock's got a robot on.
Yeah. Claptraps, the Necromancer.
Beamos and
Demos and so many robots.
So it's the year of stealth.
All right.
With runners-up, Choice, and Robots.
Future Soldiers stealth game.
I did not expect that.
All right, we just turned a personal category into a collective category, and that worked out.
It worked out for real.
Now it's time for a break, and we will return with part 2 of day 2 of our 2012 Game of the Year proceedings with the fantastic bloodbath that always is the decision of Game of the Year.
Should be pretty bad this time.
It's going to be rough. We're ranking 111 games from 111 all the way up to the wonderful number 1. So, join us on part 2. But really, whenever you feel like listening to it, I can't really dictate when.